Yes.
What is going on?
Episode
24.
Pac-Man Jones.
Wow. We're going straight to prison after this episode.
We might. The way we started that, we might be.
Absolutely.
Legend, by the way. Pac-Man was great. Jeff Gordon.
You're getting there.
You want one more? Charles Woodson when he was a Raider.
Charles was a beast. There's no doubt about that.
Wrestling was phenomenal this week.
It really was.
I tried to watch live, and I did, which is unheard of. Me really watching live both episodes is like, oh yeah.
All right.
We gotta get the Rock in there. That's better?
Yeah, and we had good episodes in America and Canada.
Oh, Canada. So what do you want to start with the Raw? That's the new go-to, right?
That's the new go-to. Let's do it.
What do you want to start with? You want to start with your boy Braun?
Let's do it.
So he came out to the ring, called out Oba.
Mm-hmm.
And Heyman, I don't want to say interrupted because that wouldn't be the right word, but Heyman comes out and asks Braun, who is the future of WWE, which is what this whole story's about. I love it. I love the idea of that story because it's both. It
is. There's no doubt about it.
It's both. We got the two guys. How do you like how it went down with... We'll leave the handshake for the end. Save that for the end.
Okay.
But everything pre-handshake.
As far as pre-handshake, I like that.
Sorry, I know. That's most of it.
I like that. No, I like that. The way that they started that off where he was like, you know what, anything that I have to say to Obafemi, I'll say to his face.
Which is perfect for his character.
Perfect for his character. Mm-hmm. And man, what a slope that's going to be. That's so crazy. I don't want to say rushed, because it's not rushed. It's like a good story, but like, are you shocked we're getting it this early? Braun and Oba? No, I'm not. Because there's no way that you are going to get a definitive winner out of that match.
No?
No shot.
Something's happening.
Something's definitely happening. It's way too early to shine that off, and they know that. Heyman knows that. Triple H knows that. Everybody sitting at that big rectangle table knows that.
Yes.
I would think...
If you watch Unreal, they do have a long rectangle table.
It's a giant table. I think you see probably Bronson Reed.
I was thinking that. I think it's...
Probably. I think you get Bronson Reed, attack Oba. Oba gets fed up with Bronson Reed. And I think Breaker goes a little bit to the back burner. But that's because he's going to win Money in the Bank.
Okay. Oh, wow. All right. We're diving right in.
I think that's how it's going to play out. And I don't think he's going to cash that thing in until Oba takes it from Roman.
Okay. All right.
I just laid out 6 months of storytelling.
Yes, you did.
In 2 conversations.
What's up with the handshake then? Now that was 6 minutes into
man. Everything counts.
Yes.
Everything counts. So when you see that handshake, you know damn well that Heyman doesn't exactly have the best record on not backstabbing people.
Correct.
Who hasn't he backstabbed several times?
Right. Like, that's where I was at when they shook hands. I'm like, okay, is Heyman going to be involved in this match? Or you don't think so? You think it's going to be something else?
I think it's something else for now. I think this is a long story.
That's not a bad idea.
No.
How about, so Bronson Reed is due back, for sure.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
He looks great.
He does.
He's lost a lot of weight. He is jacked.
Yeah, he's going to have to get a new special move. His giant splash from the top rope's not going to be as effective. he's going to have to, it's going to be a little splash now.
No, okay, I didn't even put that together. Wow. Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
You called it. You said it. You said it's a tad rush. It's not a tad rush because it ain't going to go off.
And then we're just going to put it, and then it'll happen
way down the line. I think now this is really you're gonna have to grab your tinfoil hat.
All right,
I just laid out for you all the way to WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
I think because we've seen it backstage, we've seen it on TV.
Yep.
Braun Breaker is Seth Rollins' boy. He cashes in between Oba and Roman, just like he cashed in between Roman and Brock. Jesus. And it only makes sense because Brock just lost to Oba. Like, the whole thing fits.
You have thought about this a lot.
It fits.
It does. Now that you say that out loud, it does.
I know. I have texted you with you working overnight some crazy rabbit hole stuff this week. But that is...
So what, if you guys watch every week, we do not tell each other what we're going to say on this podcast.
No.
Most times. Once in a while, it'll be like, hey, this is my match, because someone steals it. But 99% of the stuff we want live reactions. And I didn't even put this together in my head. You're way ahead of me on this.
I think that the reason that... Don't get me wrong. I think the WWE show on Netflix is 50-50 on... How do I want to word this? It's 50% of work, 50% backstage.
Okay.
But I think the way that they leaned into Seth and Braun,
mm-hmm.
and the way that we're leaning into Braun and Oba,
mm-hmm.
and the way that we just finished up Oba and Brock, it's so perfect.
It does make sense.
It's gonna happen. He's gonna win Money in the Bank, and he's gonna cash it in the middle of that match
at WrestleMania.
That
would be
in Saudi.
Yes, that makes so much sense.
It's gonna be crazy. You leave tips below. Giant tips, because that's what's going to happen.
You might be right. That sounds...
There's a couple things that I've thought backwards this week on, and I don't think they're far off.
No. So that's... History repeats itself.
It does.
Especially in a company where that went over so well. That makes so much sense.
And then the night after WrestleMania, Seth's going to challenge Braun for it.
Okay, let's... You are...
Hey, you wanted me to take the show and lead it off.
I did.
I took it and I ran.
Yes, you did. That's... Okay, wow. In my head, I was getting to the point where Braun's been on a little bit of a stutter streak and Oba can't lose, but you're 8 months down the road. 6, 8 months. 10 months if you go.
Yeah, and if Indeed ever ends up getting another push from WWE about another open writer's position.
And I'll go on WWE Radio. All right, okay.
That's what I see when I look at it quick. The only thing that's kind of blurry to me is where Heyman lies in a couple months after. Well, we'll get to SmackDown and Cody later, but.
And okay, Cody, that's...
We got... Paul Heyman has his hand in a whole bunch of different pots, which...
Yes, which isn't surprising.
Nah,
He's always around everything, somehow.
He also said it. He said it to Austin Theory about 2 months ago. He's like, if you don't have gold, you don't have Heyman. Heyman follows the gold.
He does.
Follows the gold. Man, we're so much better at these late night podcasts than the early ones. So much better.
You're fired up. I haven't done anything yet.
We're so much smoother.
So,
man.
Well, let's go into the women's title picture.
There goes the energy.
Stephanie, of course, started the show.
Yeah, maybe that's... Yeah.
That was not a bad thing. Calls out Liv.
Mm-hmm.
Then Judgment Day comes out. Numbers catch up. Becky comes out. Blah, blah, blah. We get the whole same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a note here, and I wanted you, if you can either tell me I'm bananas and off the rails, But somebody on this podcast, I texted you like 4 days ago, said, I'm going to tell you were right on the podcast.
Oh, you did, and I was like...
And you didn't expect it to be about this.
Mm-mm.
So, am I crazy that this storyline is mirroring LA Knight with Roman on the... I know. It's not nearly as popular, not nearly as over. From the pure aspect of Stephanie McClure comes out, calls her out for the title.
Yep.
Gets jumped. Becky shows up, has zero alliance with McClure.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, backstage, you're like, hey, you can't do this alone.
They do have a habit of...
I'm not saying there's anything to do with each other. And I'm not saying one's as exciting as the other.
How much you want to bet that it came out of the same writer's mouth?
Exactly. I don't hate this idea. I just have no... I think it's going to be a triple threat, if I had to guess. We talked about it last week.
Mm-hmm.
We both think it's going to be triple threat. But what is going on with it?
What's that? Oh, well, with that storyline?
Is it going to be triple threat? Or is it going to be like a Becky and McClure
Becky's
end
there
up joining together?
Becky's there to take the pin.
Correct.
No matter who wins, Becky's there to take the pin.
So it's triple threat without a doubt.
It's triple threat without a doubt. Becky's there to take the pin. I had a theory about Becky.
Mm-hmm.
That all of a sudden I think she's going to pop up on SmackDown soon.
Really?
I don't think she's for Raw. I think SmackDown needs her. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but when I watched the women's division on SmackDown, they do have quite a bit of women down there. Mm-hmm. But I feel like she should be on the same show as Charlotte.
Okay, so just...
I don't know. It just doesn't feel right. Like you said, Becky really doesn't have anything to do with this storyline.
No.
She
just came out of nowhere, which is why I'm like, something has to happen with Becky.
She's there to take the pin, but it's a weird spot for her to come off the AJ Lee loss
and then just come in for the women's title.
It's a strange deal. I don't know.
It is, but it doesn't. It's like you said, same writer's mouth with the I'm challenging for the title. You're part of a faction. I can't keep up. Here we go again.
Yep.
It's just, I don't know. I thought it was similar.
Love it.
If I write a note on it and I notice it,
yeah, it's not a bad storyline.
No, absolutely not. I love Stephanie McClure. I think Liv is phenomenal as her character.
She's so good.
She makes herself so hateable. It's incredible.
And everybody I talk to, they're like, "Man, I hate Liv Morgan." I'm like,
That's what they want.
She's so good. She's so good at it.
And then Becky's Becky.
And Becky is Becky.
Loved. Some people hate but overall, it's Becky Lynch.
You could almost say, I was thinking about this the other day, and maybe this is kind of off topic. Are Becky and Charlotte first generation veterans? When I say that, think about this. Yep. Besides Trish Stratus coming back, but she was gone for so long. Mm-hmm. Women in the mid 2000s, besides probably I guess you might be able to classify Beth Phoenix, but even like the Bellas, Charlotte, Becky, these are the longest running tenure women that have ever wrestled for this long.
And they all are.
And they all still wrestle, and they're still going. And I thought about that the other day. I was thinking about how short the women's careers were when we were, young to teenagers. They're 3-4 years and out.
Yeah.
I mean, they weren't long, but to see them now be 10 plus years, I think these are first generation veterans. Charlotte, when you look at her, you're like, well, we don't really question that she's going to have a terrible match. She's just Charlotte. Right. She's great. I don't know. We've never really gone over that or thought about that too much. Mm-hmm. But I definitely think it's something to think about.
You're not. No, I never have not thought about that, but you're not wrong. It is. All these women are on a different. The whole entire landscape of women's wrestling is changed.
It really has. It really has. So you figure at minimum, most of them got there in 16. It's 2026.
10 years.
Minimum 10 years.
And outside of, like you said, a select few.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, even Trish went. Trish was like what 01, 09, 10, but then kind of was gone. Her and Lita, you didn't see them.
Nope.
But yeah, I think that's awesome. I think that's good. I think that shows that it's a better workplace than it once was.
Yes.
Especially
right. It's actually women's wrestling.
It's actually women's wrestling now. So.
Yes, that's a good way to put it.
I was going to say, yeah, we'll leave off on that positive note.
So we have the mashup of mid cards, JD and Javon Evans.
Mm-hmm.
Good match, actually. It was a good match.
I actually sat down and like really paid attention to it. I thought it was super.
They played off Javon. Did they play it off? He caught his knee on that chair. I assume yes. It was just a play. It kind of was silly. I was like, there's no way he's actually hurt. Big Cass comes in again. Javon starts to get over on Big Cass. And Dom just throws him into the ring post, and then Big Cass ragdolls him. What we talked about it last week, so we're kind of just talking the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Why Big Cass? Where are we at with Big Cass?
Big Cass looks phenomenal.
Yes.
Physically, remember when he left WWE, he was like obviously wasn't in a good mental place. Guy is a monster. The jumps don't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
There isn't enough heat to really push him as a booing heel. Like he comes out and people are like, "Oh no, boo!"
Right.
And a lot of the fans now haven't seen him before.
Right.
Weird spot. I'm not saying that it's emergency call Enzo time, but I think that over the next couple of weeks, you got to figure a way to get his character like
to the next level,
reestablished. Maybe? Just like, hey, this is Big Cass. I was here 10 years ago.
So, when he came out, I was like, wow, there's not much going here. Javon started to get over, and the crowd got into it.
Mm-hmm.
Then Big Cass ended up getting back over once Dom threw him into the post.
Yep.
And I was like, the crowd just died again. I'm not saying it's Big Cass's fault, but there's not much juice behind him.
No.
Which is, he just came back.
I'm happy to see him back. I just didn't like where they planted him into this. Like, Javon
the middle of the chaos of 8 guys in the middle of mid-cards.
And you and I have spoke about this middle road on Raw.
Yep.
For, I don't know, 5 episodes?
Yep.
6 episodes in a row where it's like, I don't know. I really don't. And you know what? We never did see Rusev again after that no-sell.
No, we didn't. Literally. That was the last thing I said. We talked about that video. He gets pinned, he rolls out, walks right out, and we have not seen him since. Not once.
Not good. We didn't see Penta this week. Just backstage, right?
Right. Just to build up for his title or the tournament for next week.
Yep. Yeah. No, for sure. No, I don't have anything on Big Cass. I'm still loading on that. As far as I'm not out on it.
No?
No. I think there's room for Big Cass in the WWE roster. I think there's room for another heel. And just got to figure out why he's beating up Javon Evans.
Right.
Like, that's just a random...
Yes, a weird place to come into.
Guy doesn't even have a title. Like, if he can't went in and jumped Gable, you'd be like, I want you have a reason.
Yeah.
What's your reason for jumping Javon? That he's bouncy? Like,
he's bouncy.
Like, I don't...
No, I completely agree. I don't get the placement. You built him up for weeks. The comeback. And he's a giant, they say, whatever.
He is big.
But I agree. I don't understand it either. But I thought maybe you'd have A little more insight.
I watch it and I'm like, okay, I don't know what we're doing.
No.
Yeah.
Do you want to?
What do you got next for me?
I've got a lot.
Oh, I'm excited. I actually have a couple rabbit holes we're gonna fly down tonight.
Okay. Well,
Actually, probably the rest of the stuff that we have is gonna be rabbit holes. So I wouldn't get off the phone now.
I have. Well, for Raw, we got. Do you want to go to Lyra?
Yes.
Lyra and Soul.
Soul is losing momentum.
Quickly, even though she won.
Even though she won. Looked good.
Yep.
Soul's an interesting case because there's nothing wrong with what's going on with her.
No.
Nothing. I mean,
No.
she looks great in the ring. She looks great out of the ring. Mm-hmm. She's receptive to the crowd. As far as I don't know what we're doing with her. And it didn't make sense to me to put her over Lyra at this point.
No. Well, I have an idea for that.
Okay. Always listening.
So, I looked into this. I said, right here, I put Lyra losing her mind. They do the makeup. They
Yep.
do the make her look disturbed. All that whole thing with Soul. I go. She's last week. I said it, and I will own up to it. You will too. I was like, she's got to win. We got to see where this character is going. Then she lost, and I'm like, what if we have her lose like 5 or 6 matches in a row, and just gets darker and darker, and we just keep climbing down this hole of darkness, and then we come out of it. I didn't think that was the worst idea. That's where I went with it. What do you think? Is that crazy? Like,
No.
I was trying to figure out why she lost, I guess. Rationalize
You
it.
just let her keep going down and down and down, and then all of a sudden one day, Charlotte and Alexa open the door, and there's 2 girls in there.
Okay, now you're... Okay. I wasn't even there. I agree. Yes, that works for me with...
I know.
I think she's going to...
I just hope they don't Nikki Cross this storyline. Like I hope it doesn't end to like a flat road where you're like, oh no, we just backed ourselves into a corner. Because how many times have they done that with these characters that aren't like main characters?
Right.
And I don't know. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure it's hard to write 2 shows with 200 people.
For sure.
I can't imagine.
But that's what I was watching, and I'm like, okay, so she lost.
Yep.
Soul won. Soul was super over. Like we said, momentum definitely has stalled on that.
Yeah.
And this new character I was intrigued by. Then they had her lose. I'm like, okay, if we're going to go this route, have her lose a couple in a row, get her to like a very dark place. Mm-hmm. That's the only way I could take it.
I think it's a good one. I think it's a good idea. You just got to be careful with that, though. You start losing too many.
Well, yes. Then you become...
I don't know. There's a certain way to do it, and we're not the ones to put it out there.
Right.
I just don't know, because that type of character has failed so many times. It failed with Alexa away from the Fiend. Mm-hmm. It failed with Nikki Cross. Both Nikki Crosses.
Right.
It's hard to do the dark character without something extra.
Right.
And right now, I don't think she's got it. But you know what? Maybe, like you said, maybe we're on the road to
something darker.
The ultimate evil.
I'd be cool with that. If not, then I don't get it.
No.
That's the only 2 outcomes I had from that.
Yeah, if she comes back and wins this week, we'll be like, I don't know.
All right, what do you want to hop into next?
Special start time of Raw this week.
Go ahead. I will be back in 30 seconds.
Yes. Monday, the 6 p.m. start for Monday Night Raw.
Your favorite.
Yes, I sometimes really dread the 6 p.m. start because me and Don are in a golf league, and a lot of times you got to go back and watch it, which isn't that big a deal on Netflix, but it becomes a pain after a while. But with that being said, the match of the week, without a doubt, and I think Don will agree with me when he comes back, was Rey Mysterio versus Chad Gable. It was so good that I texted Don and told him that I was going to go live and do an episode at that moment. One of the best wrestling matches out of somebody Rey's age ever. I mean, I'd have to sit down and really go back in history and look through to see. But I'm telling you right now that Rey Mysterio versus Chad Gable is going to go down as one of the best matches in Rey's career. And I bet nobody was expecting it. When you probably flipped on Raw this week and you saw Rey versus Gable, you knew it would be good, but you didn't know how it ended. You wouldn't know if somebody would interfere. You didn't know really anything. And we got about a quarter of the way into that match, and I realized how into the match the fans were and realized that it was something special. Like, right away, you knew it was something special. So, here he comes right here.
Yes. I completely agree with everything you just said. That match was
unbelievable.
It really was. I apologize.
No, you're good. That is one of the best matches.
It's on a Raw, and we talked about it last week. We said when they announced it, Rey and Gable. That's like as good as it gets.
Yeah, and you know what? There was a couple times that we've seen Rey over the last couple years where I'll tell you the truth, I was kind of like shuffling him towards the door, and not because he had dramatically diminished skill-wise, but his body started to look different. You know, he went through like 4 or 5 injuries. He's in his 50s. And then all of a sudden, the last couple weeks that I've seen him, I'm like, oh, he looks like he's getting it together. And then that Monday, I was like,
where did that come from?
What are we doing?
I loved there's a couple spots in the match I wrote down. The angle slam from the top rope, second rope.
Avalanche angle slam.
Yes.
I love that, dude.
I'm like, and then he kicked, and I was like, and then he hit back-to-back 619s. When he did that, that was the loudest that crowd was the entire night, I think. In my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong, but
I haven't seen a Raw crowd that into a match.
Oh my
they
God.
were on the teeter-totter. Every time it back and forth. And you know what the crazy part was? I thought when Gable won that they were going to boo. And they didn't boo, but they really were cheering for Rey throughout the whole match.
100%.
And I was,
they were
so good.
so in on Rey Mysterio to win that. And then when he didn't, like you said, they didn't flip. They were appreciative of a phenomenal match.
It was so good.
Gosh, how good is this Gable run so far?
I like it.
It's not
I like it. It's a respectful run.
It really is. And I love the way they ended it. Rey goes for a pin. Gable flips it over. Not a roll up, but reverses into another pin. I'm like, perfect.
That was the way to do it.
Yeah. So Rey looked really, really good, but Gable comes out on top. I liked everything you said. I don't want to say I didn't expect a great match, but I was like, this is going to be good. 20-minute filler on Raw, and it was incredible.
Yeah, I totally didn't think it was going to be that.
No. It's tough with Rey just doesn't stop. Rey Mysterio. Let's do a minute of Rey Mysterio, how good he is, has been, will be.
You know what? We talked about this. I think it was probably in one of the first 2 podcasts. It was when me and you were discussing Rey and Dom possibly happening.
Yep.
And I said to you that nobody in the wrestling world, whether you're a podcaster, whether you're on a radio show, whether you're even at WWE, nobody considers Rey Mysterio in their Mount Rushmore.
But
with that being said, he moved into mine about 2 years ago. And the guy has been wrestling for 35 years now.
That's incredible.
35. If you go back in time and you look at Shawn, Rick, Triple H, none of those guys were still that good at 35 years. Or they never got to 35 years.
Correct.
He's been wrestling for 35 years. Not on TV. He's been wrestling for 35 years.
You're not wrong.
I don't know if you're ever going to have a better in-ring career than Rey Mysterio.
That is the boldest statement ever made on this podcast.
It's true.
Ever.
We're talking the longevity that blew past everybody else and just put on 4 or 5 stars, whatever Dave Meltzer wants to give it on Raw. No, don't care, Dave.
Here we go. Radio, WWE radio out the window.
We don't care, Dave. Whatever you want to give it, it was phenomenal, and it was unexpected.
And on a Raw. Just on Monday Night Raw.
Just on a Monday Night Raw. So, yeah.
We just opened something up. And we got into it.
Well, I just think back, and I think about my own life of watching wrestling. The guy was in the first match that I saw, which was the Halloween Havoc match in '97. And I'm and he's in the purple suit, and it's this guy, I'm 34 years old.
And you're still watching.
And I'm still watching him, and he's still... It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Anybody who doesn't... If he does this for another 2 or 3 years at this level, and you're not having that conversation with yourself, shame on you.
I think he will be. But the move to AAA general manager...
Probably signals that it's sooner than later.
Yeah.
Do you think that the reason that he isn't discussed in that upper echelon of all-time wrestlers is because of the lucha libre style?
Yep, 100%. Without a doubt, 100%, and how small he is. Not to...
Yeah. Because if you go to Mexico, you say, hey, who's the greatest wrestler down here? They go, Rey Mysterio.
And
it's
WWE has always built the bigger, stronger... Mm-hmm. Look at... There's... I don't want to say this while discrediting Andre the Giant. Because literally, WWE would not be where it is without Andre the Giant.
Mm-hmm.
But if you watched Andre the Giant in a match, and you watch Rey Mysterio, you'd be like, who's a better wrestler? Well, it's not hard.
No.
But one's also 7 foot tall.
Yep. He was...
So I think WWE has built to the stature, and they did in the early 2000s, late 90s, you got to be ripped, jacked most of the time. Yep. Not everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I think that kind of holds back from people saying Rey Mysterio is Mount Rushmore material, I guess.
Okay.
And I'm not saying for me. I'm just trying to put the perspective out there.
Yep. And there's also... this means absolutely nothing to me, but I know it does to some people. Mm-hmm. 2 world titles.
Yeah. You're talking to a Undertaker guy. What do you have, 4? And I think Undertaker's the greatest of all time.
And world titles don't mean nothing to me. World titles just don't mean it to me. I think about all those matches when they created SmackDown.
I won't lie. 10 years ago it did. When I would talk about it,
mm-hmm.
and now that I think... Maybe I'm dumber. I like to think I know more now than I did then.
Mm-hmm.
And I look into stories and I look into, oh my God, this guy was involved in even if it wasn't the main event of WrestleMania.
Yep.
It's still the main event of WrestleMania. Does that make sense?
It does.
Mm-hmm. So there's guys out there that, Eddie Guerrero. How good was Eddie Guerrero? And how many?
Good.
How often was he in the main event of WrestleMania? 0?
You're gonna
right, exactly. That's what I'm saying, though. There's guys, and that's how the business works.
It is. When you talk about Eddie and Kurt on those early SmackDowns, 2002 to 2008, and you put Ray, I don't think you have that conversation without Ray.
You don't. Honestly, you don't have the conversation without any of them.
You really don't. Even the guy that is to not be named has to be in that conversation.
Correct.
And that grouping of Benoit, Angle, Ray, Eddie, even Big Show and Brock, that whole SmackDown show
was so good.
It launched it. Everybody The Rock created SmackDown.
Well,
for 2 months. For 2 months he was there. To Hollywood.
But he did help. Can't take that away. But these guys carried it. I agree. Listen,
You know me. I'm the workhorse guy, and I love the guys who show up like.
I was gonna say the thing about SmackDown Raw is that if you have you could have the best main eventer in the history of wrestling.
Yep.
Let's say you had it, and you got a good last 12 minutes of the show.
Mm-hmm.
You got another hour and 45 minutes to fill up.
Absolutely.
So
that's why we have so much respect for guys like.
Same thing. What? Sorry, I had to throw that in there.
No, that you know what? I mean, yeah. I mean, he goes in the workhorse category. For the last year, I put Fraxium in that category.
Fraxium. Throw in Carmelo Hayes.
Carmelo Hayes. I mean, I was gonna say, except for that little break that they gave him for his wedding or whatever, he was there every week just
and
grinding.
Putting on really, really, really good matches.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. As far as I'm glad we went down the Ray rabbit hole.
I was gonna say, how did we get here? We're talking about Raw still.
I'm gonna figure out a way. Like I think if I sat down and had a conversation with people, and you know what? I think the other problem is when they think of Rey Mysterio.
Yep.
I think they think of him. Yeah, you have to look at him in each generation that he did it.
Mm-hmm.
So his WCW reign is ridiculous. But then he helped build SmackDown, and then he won the belt at Mania after Eddie died.
That Rumble run was unbelievable. Like, you go back and you watch that, you're like, oh, Rey Mysterio is going to win this. But at the time, it was so good.
It is so good. It's so good. I just, I wish more people looked at it in the right light. But I get it's hard. There's just so many guys up there.
You want to be honest with yourself, though? The entire country, like you said, the Lucha Libre countries do look at it that way.
He's number one. I don't think he's number one in my book, but I definitely think he's in that conversation of like, hey, who's wrestled the longest at the best?
Yeah.
Well, he's a guy.
All right, let's get back into Raw.
Sorry.
You don't have to be sorry. I think that was good. We had our number one contender tournament continue. You had Ray Phoenix versus Al Fiscal.
Good match.
Honestly, so I don't know Al Fiscal. Actually, I texted you. I was like, they just said he hasn't wrestled since March. So
fresh.
Yes. They did a great job making him look physically superior, bigger, stronger, better. Mm-hmm. Ray Phoenix still came out on top, which I think was the expected result.
Yep. I agree.
Is there any way... I'll ask it after the next match. Sorry. Then you had Dragon Lee versus El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. What a name. So, Dr. Wagner Jr.'s son. How about that? Can I say that, or is that
against... probably should.
Okay. Dragon Lee gets a win. Mm-hmm. Both matches were incredible. They're pushing AAA.
They are.
Play guys, we talked about last week. They're pushing AAA, but they're pulling Dominic Mysterio back, which is...
I have a theory.
Should we get into it right now?
I think we should. I told you on this podcast last week or the week before that I thought there was no way in the world that Penta doesn't win this tournament.
Correct.
And I have changed my tune.
I was about to ask
you. I don't think Penta needs the shine.
Who does? Ray Phoenix?
I think that Dragon Lee
is
the guy to face Roman Reigns. We all have watched... He's another guy. We have all watched that guy, Workhorse, for the last year. Mm-hmm. And he's actually put on some really good matches. And I don't think he gets a quarter of the shine he should because I just don't think he does.
Okay. I was going to say almost the same thing about Ray Phoenix, though. But Ray Phoenix has not been as big on SmackDown as Dragon Lee has.
He was at Gingy's funeral.
That's probably the most important segment in the last 5 years. Gingy's funeral. But for real, I thought it was Ray Phoenix. You think it's Dragon Lee.
I just
all
think
signs point to Penta.
All signs point to Penta.
So is it going to be La Parca?
Just think. I want you to think of it this way. We just watched Penta have like 15 months of like phenomenal run.
Yep.
If Penta wins this and goes and loses to Roman Reigns, it literally means nothing.
Yeah.
It literally means nothing. Which you could look at that as, hey, Penta took a shot at the dog and lost, and he's still in the same spot. Or you could say, hey, Penta, probably you'll never even remember he was in the tournament. It won't matter because Dragon Lee's going to go he's going to go face Roman Reigns.
Yeah, he ain't going to win.
Well, he's going to win something, but it isn't going to be the title.
No. So Roman's winning this match no matter what. They've already built storylines past this. However, for the spirit of the show, I thought Rey Fenix might win it. I don't know. That's what I felt.
When does this wrap up?
This week is we have the championship. Semifinals. You have Penta versus La Parca and Rey Fenix versus Dragon Lee. I would assume then that they're going to announce that the finals are on Sunday Night Main Event. But we already have a lot of matches for that. I don't know.
Sunday Night Main Event is
loaded.
What date is that again?
September 6th.
Wow.
Clear your calendars.
It's clear. No football yet.
College.
Week after.
You don't care about college.
Nah.
F those kids. So, we only have one more Raw talking point, and that is the Bloodline.
Never heard of them.
Yeah, no, they don't have any stake in the show.
Yep.
So, I loved the presentation of Jimmy and Jay, the whole show just being fired up, jacked up. They were making me laugh out loud.
They were hilarious.
They were. They're like, we're going to bring Solo to Roman, blah, blah, blah. They get in Jacob's face, and Jacob looks miserable. Then they come out to the ring, and chaos ensues.
Yes, it does.
All chaos. So, I want to ask you, because you're the knowledge guy. I'm just the guy here for looks.
I've never been referred to as the knowledge guy, but I like it.
And I've never been referred to the guy for looks, so we're on the same page.
What a crazy episode. Let's go. What do you got for me?
Solo is super over.
Yeah. Pew pew.
Pew pew is phenomenal.
Yes.
All right. So Roman gets in Jacob's face when Jacob snaps and says, "Go stand in the corner and don't do anything till I tell you." Basically. It's not verbatim, but that's about what he said. Then, so they take LA Knight comes out. They take out LA Knight. Solo spikes Roman. And then all chaos ensues. And you start where you think is the most important part of this all.
Okay.
Because I have mine.
When we get to the first segment after the Stephanie Vacour promo in the beginning of the show, and they walk him out and they're treating him like a dog, and it's hilarious. And they go, and then all of a sudden they run into LA Knight, and the look Solo gives LA Knight, and the look LA Knight gives Solo, I knew it wasn't going down.
I had that. They gave just a straight up stare, and I have that in there. That face to face was perfect. What? Okay, so
you got to talk about the most. I'm gonna let you talk about the most important thing.
Jacob
didn't move.
Well, Roman told him. He goes back to him. What did he say? He says, "Stand back. Let us take care of it." And then all hell breaks loose. LA and Solo get on top, and Jacob doesn't move.
Doesn't move a muscle at all.
Nope. Stood in the corner.
He is the enforcer of the bloodline. And he enforces outside the bloodline. So if it's inside the bloodline, Jacob ain't too worried about it.
Oh, that's where you went with it.
Guy didn't blink.
No, he did not move. He stood there. The Solo got over. He hit the spike, hit the pew pew. I was dying. The pew pew might be the best thing. Whoever came up with that, A++.
Wrestling Legacy Podcast loves where Solo Dolo is at.
Oh, 100%.
We enjoy the hell out of that guy.
And it was so good. That whole segment was phenomenal. But
I love it.
I just don't know. So you got LA Knight and Solo.
You got LA Knight and Solo. And I think that you're going to have a more intense conversation this week between Jacob and Jay than you've ever had.
I told you Jay's leaving. Not leaving, but going to be out. But Jay... So, when I said that, this was like a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
But now Jimmy and Jay seem closer than they did then.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I agree. I think Roman's kicking Jimmy and Jay out.
You think so? Well, okay. Well, hold on a minute.
Yes, let's go.
Let's talk about the real most important part of this segment. Was the gifts that Roman had for the Usos.
Oh, and he didn't give one to Jacob.
Did not give one to Jacob. And you could see the look on Jacob's face. He wasn't helping nobody.
Immediately just turned away and was like, okay.
How good is this storyline? You know what? When this all kicked off,
yep,
and we got going down the road, I doubted it when we brought in the LA Knight 6-man tag.
Well, I mean, at that point, it was...
It was a little, is this going to swerve the alignment of the bloodline? It has not.
No, it's perfect.
And I'll tell you what, the most, you could argue that Solo is the most over in that segment, and you could make an argument that Jacob's not far behind.
I agree. I do think, on the grand scheme of things, it's probably Roman still.
Yeah. I think, of course, there's a level of fame there.
Yes, but I don't think you're wrong. I think Solo is super, super over popular right now. Everything he's doing is gold.
It is.
Man, I loved every part of this segment. I told you
it
I
had
thought
everything.
He was going to go in. I was wrong, and I'm glad I was wrong.
It had everything.
So... I can't wait for next week. I think this is going to lead into Survivor Series. We're going to get LA Knight and Solo's team versus the Bloodline. That's where I assume we're going. You got a lot of people to add to that.
Do you think Roman brings up that Jimmy and Jay hesitated after Roman got spiked?
No.
Is that just me being an overanalyst?
I think we're going to have more... I think the part you brought up before with the gifts of the Ula, or however you say it, I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong, giving it to Jimmy and Jay is more important, and Jacob got left out. I think that's going to play more into it.
I think you're right.
And I think they're bananas from a pure, not real life, from pure wrestling standpoint. Like, if I believed everything wrestling did was real, I think that's the craziest thing Roman could have done.
It's not real?
Sorry. It is real. It is real. It's just
It's real to me. It's real to me, damn it.
I think Jacob Fatu is your best friend if you could have him.
I would have to agree with that. I thought that was an absolute incredible segment to end the show. That show. Let's talk about that show.
A.
It's an A.
Which is hard to give. Wrestling Legacy Podcast doesn't give it out A's.
No. Me and you were talking about it the other night, and we were like, I think we actually were texting, and it was like 10:05.
Because I was watching live for once.
Yeah, and you were like, this show's like a good B+, and then that Roman segment hit. Mm-hmm. And you and I were both like, that's an A show.
Yep, 100%.
That was
so good. Do you want to go into next week's Raw, or do you want to go into SmackDown?
Sean says you're a stud.
I am.
Next week's show?
Or do you want to... Well, it's not crazy. There's not much.
Tell me.
You got Victoria versus Roxanne Perez. obviously that's going to be
What a shock.
Judgment's Day is going to get involved.
That's like one of my all-time dream matches.
You got Penta La Parka.
Sorry.
I'm supposed to be the one out of it. You got Penta La Parka.
Yep.
You're going Penta. I'm going Penta.
Oh man, you know what? Never even looked at it like that until I see it on your phone. We could have brother versus brother in the championship. Penta versus Ray Phoenix.
Yeah, that's where I'm going. And then Ray Phoenix is going to win it.
Oh, poor Dragon Lee.
You picked him. You can't take it back now. Too late.
So you got
and then you got the contract signing between Braun and Oba. That'll go over well, right?
Crazy.
There's going to be no security guards tossed, anything.
Are they going to?
No, they're all.
There's a 99% chance that somebody with a security uniform gets hurt.
I think it's more than 99.
Unless they don't have security, which I would assume they probably do. Wait, I think they're in. Are they in Brooklyn this week?
I don't know.
No, that's right. Raw's in Canada this week. That's why it's 2 hours early. It's like Vancouver or something like that.
It is.
All right. Never mind. I was thinking the week after.
That was the whole point of your minute alone. To tell us how bad Raw is at 6 p.m.
You know what? There was a point in time where Raw never moved. You know I'm right. Raw didn't move for 20, 30 years. And then all of a sudden one day they were like, we're going to start this at 2 p.m. And I came off the rails.
You did. All right.
6 p.m. Raw this week on the East Coast for those of you.
Yes, 6 p.m.
EST.
I won't be watching live.
I'm going to try.
You will not be home by 6.
I'm hoping I am.
All right. Let's go. Let's dive in.
I got some good stuff for SmackDown. You're in for a treat.
I'm going to throw you off.
No, you're not.
Okay, we're going to start with Trick and Yachty and Baron Corbin.
Love that. You made a point before the show after Don just said that we don't talk about the show. We usually don't. But we
really don't.
We grazed over something that was kind of interesting, that the 5 minutes that Yachty has to last with Baron Corbin for Trick to get another crack at the title is at Sunday Night Main Event.
Correct.
So are we going to push Baron Corbin versus Trick Williams onto the next pay-per-view, or is that going to be the SmackDown right after?
Or does Baron bury Trick?
Or is it the same night?
I'm sorry. Does Baron bury Yachty and then Trick Williams gets rid of Yachty and Yachty's done?
No.
You didn't even go there. That was supposed to be an option.
I'm trying to put Yachty in the Wrestling Hall of Fame.
You were.
I do think he's done an incredible job as a manager.
You were telling me there's zero chance that Baron Corbin buries him in 3 minutes. Actually, 4 minutes and 50 seconds. I know WWE. And then Trick Williams comes out and tells him, get the F out, and it's over.
The Baron Corbin fan in me would love to see an end of days 7 seconds.
7 seconds.
Could you imagine? He goes in, hits end of days, and what? That'd be a great heel move.
But you don't see that? You don't see any way that Baron just buries him and then Trick gets rid of him?
0% chance.
You think Yachty's here for good?
Trick is getting his title shot.
Why?
I don't know.
Because is he going to win it back?
No.
So why give it to him?
I don't know.
Hey, I'll tell you what, that's great podcasting.
look, before you bash me on SmackDown, how good have I been on SmackDown?
Nope. I'm bashing. Let's go. I'm full bash.
Okay. All right.
No.
I think I just don't see. So CM Punk.
Oh, okay.
CM Punk is kind of left in the open right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, not to jump ahead, we had this KO match. Punk retains. And I don't think that Punk is just going to sprinkle the title anywhere. And I think that it's a good opportunity, even if Punk wins, to set up Trick and Punk.
Correct. That's where I'm at.
So I think we're just buying time by Yachty lasting 5 minutes. We have Baron Corbin and
Trick. Then Baron beats him again.
And then Baron beats him again. Which I had a crazy thought that Yachty turns on Trick Williams, but that's crazy, right?
Yeah, that's not happening. Not for Baron Corbin.
What about Happy Corbin?
That would be awesome. I'm in. Sign me up for that. I don't know. I think
this is the time of year where you do small things to waste a little bit extra time.
Right.
No, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense on paper.
To have him lose to Baron Corbin, then go to the main title picture.
It makes absolutely no sense. But as far as Trick Williams getting a big shot, I'm all for it.
Okay.
As far
I
as,
am too. That's why I kind of thought that there's a chance Corbin just wins this. Because I thought Trick would get rid of Yachty, which I don't think I would love. But if Lil Yachty has other things to do.
Man, I don't know. Why would you make it on a PLE? When we could just have him squash Yachty on a SmackDown.
Okay. Good point.
I think we're getting... Oh, this is really putting it out there. I think that you're going to see Yachty put on a Bad Bunny-esque performance.
No, that's too far.
You think so?
I think it's going to be good.
I think Yachty...
Bad Bunny was really good.
I think that Yachty's been there so long now.
That he's going to put on a show.
I got a feeling. And I think Baron Corbin's the guy to do it.
I don't disagree with that.
There's a reason that Yachty... it's funny. You and I, when we started this podcast... in late January or whatever it was, we said that if we ever were a fan with a ton of money, and I mean a ton of money, we want to be like Lil Yachty. He used to sit there in the front row every week with his PSP playing SmackDown versus Raw 06, which is the dream.
Yeah.
And he would just watch the episode, and they'd always cut to him, and he looked like he was having a great time. And he was there every week.
Right.
And then he was on the show every week, and I thought, and when they made that match, I texted you, I was like, this dude's ready.
Yeah.
He's ready. He's not a manager.
We'll find out.
We're going to find out.
In 2 weeks. Not even 2 weeks.
Wow. Crazy.
All right. So, let's go into your favorite segment. You text me this and told me this is my favorite segment of all time of all SmackDowns. Charlotte and Bliss backstage. So, Tatum is causing controversy between Bliss and Charlotte. Then Jade and whatever they're called. What is their? Is there a name for their faction? I'm not gonna lie, I call them the bad B words, but I don't know. What are we doing? Well, I need to know because I'm over it. I don't want to say I'm over it, but like we did the Charlotte and Jade thing, and why is everything a trio now?
I'm going to take this a complete different direction.
Okay.
When they did the backstage segment, why was Paige there?
That was interesting.
Like you said, we can't have 2-on-2 or 1-on-1. We have to have 3. Is that like a SmackDown law?
It is. The same writer is writing all this because we talked about how, I think it was 2 episodes ago, there's just trios everywhere.
You know what that is? That's you have too many women to get on TV.
Yes.
I hate to be like that.
So you
That's
think
true.
the Paige little quick interruption meant more than anything else?
No. Don't think so. I think it was just a way to get her on TV. Maybe you get her in a 6-woman tag, but
I'm so sick of that statement.
I'm over it too. I don't. There's nothing about the women's tag division right now, or the women's division in general on SmackDown, that makes any sense. I'm going to say what you're thinking.
Okay.
To bring some stability, man, we need Rhea back more than ever.
We do. So, I like Tatum Paxley? Is that how you say it?
Mm-hmm.
I do think she brings promise to this Alexa Bliss storyline. Charlotte's going to be gone here in a month or two. Not gone, like from out of these two. Oh. And it's going to be Bliss and Tatum Paxley in a dark, hopefully Bray Wyatt-esque type of faction is what I'm hoping for.
Oh, okay. I don't have an opinion.
That's the worst answer. WWE just shut that out. That's gone. So
I didn't know if you were going to tell me that they're going to annoy her to the point where it's going to be her versus Alexa.
Charlotte versus Alexa or
no,
Tatum?
Tatum.
I think her and Alexa are going to annoy Charlotte to get Charlotte against them. I think Charlotte and Alexa are splitting very quickly. Very soon.
There's so many moving pieces.
Well, that's because they've done such a good job with the women's division the last 3 months that it all makes sense.
So tell me, where is the status currently of Jade and her faction?
In the podcast world or in the real world? Podcast world, we think they're great.
We do.
As the far real as world, I think that WWE has absolutely fumbled this.
Okay.
They should be getting the. I don't want to take anything away from anybody. I feel bad saying this.
No,
they should be getting the gold that Fatal Influence is getting. However, I also think Fatal Influence is a phenomenal heel faction for women as well. So I don't think necessarily they're doing a bad job.
Mm-hmm.
I guess if you asked me 3 months ago, I would have thought right now Jade, B-Fab, and Michin would be in the same spot that Fatal Influence is in. And maybe they have bigger things for them. And we're just missing.
Do you know what I just thought about?
What?
Did we kill off the Brie and Nikki versus Paige?
So Paige brought up Nikki this week.
Oh.
She did say something about how she's always a backstabber. But that was it.
What a weird exit.
It's not. I don't
think
it's an exit.
Oh, you think that storyline continues? Please make it stop.
I don't know what we're doing.
SmackDown Women's Division outside of Rhea Ripley and Chelsea Green is absolute pain. And it's not because of the talent, it's because of the writing.
Yes.
It's horrible. Horrible.
So to keep you guys involved, we're going to get into the next storyline. Blake Monroe.
Good God, stop.
So, I actually don't think they did this horribly.
No, the fact that
Julia, she jumped her from behind, no match happened.
Yeah.
I thought it was well done.
Because she's underexposed. She's not in any stupid storylines. She's in the right spot each week. She's not on TV for too much time. She gets whatever they're trying to do with her across, and they don't ever put her with two other girls. It's simple math. 1v1 always beats 3 versus 3. Why is this so hard?
You better call Triple H.
I don't get it. You don't have to be this dumb when you look at the show. Like when you sit down and you look at the people and you're like, okay, Triple H says it's our job to make the best TV show.
Yep.
Using all of the women that are available on SmackDown in one show is not making the best TV show.
True.
That's the painful truth. And you have to sit down at some point and be like, man, we got to either spread them out to other places or we have to cut them. Because how many people can you really rotate on a show? 15? And they got about 30.
Yeah, it's tough. I do like where we're at with part of it. I guess we'll get into it here.
Jade has still not won a major title.
I don't like that part.
You spent a lot of time building Jade up to be what she is, and you have not done anything with it.
True.
It's the only down part of wrestling right now, which is great to say because that's how good wrestling is, that we're sitting here really getting on them about the Women's Friday SmackDown division. Mm-hmm. They've completely... It's kind of funny if you think about it. You and I spent all spring complaining about how bad the tag team division is, and they're like, well, if you don't like the tag division, we'll just add one more girl to each team. No! That's not the answer! That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
We're just going to add a couple, you don't like this steak? Let's add salt.
It's literally like, I'm like, oh man, this tag team division's struggling. And they're like, well, It's a trios division.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you guys suck.
All right. Before we get you off here, we're going to stick with the women's division.
The women's division?
Yes, we are.
More?
Stick with it. Yeah.
What else is there?
You had Tiff backstage with Chelsea. This is where Paige got involved.
Okay.
It was Chelsea, Tiffany Stratton, and Paige got involved with Fatal Influence. And there was a one-liner. I usually have one-liner a week that I throw in there.
Love it.
And I love JC Jane saying, so Tiffany Stratton was playing off the injury from the week before.
Mm-hmm.
You keep wrapping tape around your waist, we'll keep wrapping gold around ours. I was like, heck yeah.
Oh, that's a good line. That's a good line, dude. That's a good line.
It was. So,
I like that a lot.
Tiffany versus Lash Legend. Lash wins. Obviously, Chelsea's on the shelf for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Are we building towards, maybe I'm wrong, Tiffany Stratton keeps losing, snaps on Chelsea, goes after Chelsea for the title?
Oh, that's happening.
100%?
Yeah, they're too nice of friends.
Okay. So that's happening. At some point in the future, I made a correct prediction.
You're spot on with that.
Right.
Every time I see them talk, I cringe.
I think that they're going to face each other at some point.
All I can hear is Jericho. You're the best friend ever, Kevin. We all know how that turned out.
Yeah, they're still best friends.
I really do think you're spot on with that. I think we're getting Tiffany and Chelsea Green, and it's going to be awesome. It's going to be a great match. It's going to be a great storyline. And then whoever wins is going to face Rhea.
We just got to get there.
Yep.
All right.
And then it may... No, I'm kidding. I was going to quit on another... No, I'm just joking. So I've done enough of that tonight.
Yeah, you just told me that you want 10 months out.
I gave you the blueprint.
You did.
I'm the architect.
So let's jump into MFTs.
Oh, yeah.
They're still the MFTs, right?
They are the MFTs.
Okay, because I was listening for it this week, and I was like, I don't know if I heard it or not. The addition of Haku is
massive.
A+. Great. Whoever.
So good.
It is. His backstage segment where he dropped the F-bomb and they bleeped it out, and I was like, oh, yeah, that built onto it. The match was good. They went against Truth and Priest.
I'm glad you brought that up. Was there a second in your mind
100% that we thought Priest was going to turn?
I mean, he thought about it. Now, is that a build?
Yes.
Or that's a build?
Yeah, he's going to turn on him soon.
Okay, because I was kind of torn. So that match kind of finalizes that's done.
The title picture.
The title picture with them. I kind of thought that it was possible that they just split now.
Okay.
So the way that you end the story is you have Damian Priest standing over the bag of Truth, and you're like, oh no, he's gonna kill him, and he doesn't. Shakes his hand, gives him like a hug, and it's over. Cool way to end the story.
If they do it.
If they do it. But I think that should be the end.
Okay.
I don't think I need Damian Priest versus R-Truth to feel fulfilled in that thing. I don't need it. You don't really love Damian Priest.
No.
Truth is well past his prime, even though he looks good.
Yep.
The match to me would be completely irrelevant. Yeah. I don't see the point.
Okay. I don't think you're wrong. I thought there was definitely a moment there where I was like, yep, it's happening.
Yeah, no, I was wondering if we were going to get it.
How excited were you to see the War Raiders watching it backstage? Okay.
You know what? When they cut to that, I was like, Don's going to bring that up on the pod.
Oh, I hate them. Sorry. No offense. They might be great dudes. They could be the nicest guys on the planet. They don't do it for me.
There's no interest from me. None.
Agreed.
And there was even less interest when they went to Mexico and they won the AAA tag titles. I was aggravated that night. I told you that card was clean except for that. And I was like, why? For what purpose?
Yeah. Maybe they have like blackmail on Triple H.
The Viking. Remember what did I say to you the other day? I couldn't remember their name.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, you're like, it's the Warriors. I'm like, are you sure it's not the Viking Experience?
Yes.
And you're like, what?
But there's the most important part of that whole story. After the match, we got Nakamura and Takahashi.
As you know, I went down a deep Japanese road a bunch of years ago. That guy's a maniac.
Maniac.
An absolute loose cannon maniac. I am dying to see who they put with him. Like, there's nothing I'm looking forward more to this week than finding out. I'm dying. Like, who is it? Who is it? Who else did we sign? Who else? Because Nakamura seems to be like the Haku of his group.
Okay.
He's almost 50. Like, don't get me wrong. Sure, he could still wrestle. I don't think that's what we're getting at. I think he's the Haku of his group, and we're going to get somebody else. And I can't wait.
Okay, I thought it was going to be those two.
No, I don't think so.
No.
I think you're going to have one of the coolest things ever when these two teams face off and you have Nakamura and Haku facing face to face.
Okay.
Both in suits. It's going to be so good.
I think so too. I think it is going to end up really good. I just didn't know.
It's going to be good, dude. That's the one thing SmackDown's
They did that,
right?
what, like 5-6 weeks ago? They started that
Yeah.
whole thing. They knew what they were doing.
They did a nice little launch of it.
And then we sat back and go, what are they doing?
Well, it's funny. There was a time even before that. It was like before WrestleMania where you were like, what's Nakamura doing on TV? Because he wasn't really doing anything.
No.
He just like pop in a random MFT thing and he's like, how's it going?
Nothing is by mistake.
Nothing is by mistake. The show is written to progress.
Yep.
Unless you are in the women's SmackDown division.
Correct. So.
I'm such a downer. Sorry.
No.
This country.
We've got two more. They kind of tie into each other, though, so we'll start right from the get-go. Sami Zayn. Complaining to Nick Aldis. Never happens before.
No.
Complaining about injustice. What does Randy Orton have to do with all this? And then Randy Orton standing right behind him. Love that.
Is Randy Orton getting bigger?
Yeah.
He's so damn tall.
He is. Maybe he's wearing heels.
I don't know. Every time I see Randy Orton, I'm like, Jesus, he's close to being like one of the big men of the 90s. Like, I don't understand.
Right.
He moves like a cat still. Crazy.
So, Sami threatens to take measures into his own hands right at that segment. And then it's just done. It's like, okay, well, Sami's Sami, so
yes, he
whatever.
is. He'll always be Sami.
The Summer of Sami.
The Summer of Sami.
He might not have a title, but this is...
Summer's coming to a close, but he's still the main attraction on SmackDown.
The Fall of Sami. Let's keep it rolling. Don's in.
Dude.
So, Cody and Randy get into it in the stage, and Aldis basically tells them, you're facing each other at Sunday Night Main Event. If you touch each other before that, you will never... If you touch the other, you'll never get a title shot again. So, that happens.
That does happen.
Then we get a little bit deeper. Randy starts going in on Cody how... So we've talked for the last probably month about like a potential Cody heel turn. Then Randy buries in that point. He's like, you're always going to be the good guy. You're always going to be the face. You're always going to be the guy that the fans support. You'll never be able to flip that switch and see red and just snap. So, are we leaning into a Cody heel turn? And then Cody laid the one line that the Paul Heyman.
Well, how far do you want me to get into this? Because I sent you something this week that was pretty...
That was wild. You can get into that.
We have some interesting lines being crossed with Paul Heyman as his fingerprint, it seems like, on a
Everything.
whole bunch of different things. Um, I'm starting to think that, maybe it's not coincidence.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe there's something to be said about a Paul Heyman, Cody Rhodes, Obafemi faction. And even if it's not a faction, a stable where they're a group, maybe they're not all together all at the same time, but they're one unit. I know that sounds
Bananas.
it sounds crazy,
It does.
but Paul Heyman this week gave me Snake Heyman vibes. Would you call? I mean, Oba's a face with the crowd,
100%.
but would you call him a face?
Right now, yes, but I don't think there's.
Well, it's funny you
I
say
think
that
he's right in the
because
middle.
well, I'm glad you said that because you could go teeter-totter on Cody too.
Yeah, I think Cody's a face right now, though.
Well, he has to be. He's signing babies and
Signing
he's
babies.
WWE's got him all in these spots, but I just find that there's some direct links. What did I send you this week? I said, is Cody, Oba, Brandy, and
Jay.
Jey Uso a faction?
I told you to go pound salt.
You told me to go pound salt, and I said to you, hey, look, we got a random Jey Uso, Cody Rhodes tag team title run a couple years ago. We've got Cody spitting out Paul Heyman lines, and we got Paul Heyman shaking hands with Oba and giving Braun a hard time.
Mm-hmm.
Is it that far out there?
Yes.
Well, before you hit me with the aluminum baseball bat, I just want to remind you that I said the way you fixed Roman Reigns in 2017 was to put him with the Usos.
Correct.
And we created the greatest damn storyline in the history of storylines.
I think Roman and the Usos is a little closer together than Oba, Cody, and Paul Heyman.
I agree in an aspect, but there was time where people didn't know which Uso was which Uso. So I don't want to hear that. If I said to you, showed you in like 2015, which one's Jay, you'd go. Like, it wouldn't have mattered. Okay? So do I think that's going to happen? Probably not. But I do find it, you got to put that check mark down, that Paul Heyman got his finger everywhere lately.
Mm-hmm.
Everywhere.
That I agree with.
I mean, he's everywhere.
Yes, he is.
For some reason, the other day, I had a vision that maybe it's not Brandy Rhodes and that it would be Chelsea Green.
Oh, wow.
Chelsea Green is
Top.
I think I don't know. There's so much brewing. But what do you think? Let's hear your take on it. What do we think of all the Paul Heyman lately?
So, I think Paul Heyman is I think the word I used for you was a wild card, but like he's all over. So he's involved with Braun still, technically. But he's been, for the last month or so, pulling out of that. Not pulling out, but like a little cold.
Well, let's ask this. He made a comment to Braun Breaker this week that if he laid a hand on Obafemi, he didn't have him anymore.
Yep.
What do you think of that?
So here's my thing about Oba.
Mhm.
I think Oba's a face right now. I do think if Paul joined Oba, it would shake things up, like to an unexpected path that people did not expect. No, I guess it's unexpected. But man, when Cody Rhodes dropped
That was so unexpected.
That's what throws me into a blender. It's not a prediction, it's a spoiler. And I'm like, okay. What are we doing now? Is Paul Heyman involved with Cody?
And how does that tie into Randy Orton?
Well, Randy's Randy. He's a GOAT. Well, not a GOAT, but one of.
He's a GOAT.
So, I don't know. Is that a good answer? I'll tell you right.
Shout out to them for doing that whole deal this week.
Paul Heyman is going to be Cody Rhodes is going to be a Paul Heyman guy, but I don't think it's going to happen until 2027.
I mean, I agree with you. 2027.
That's only 4 months away.
Wow. I gave you one good theory for the week. I'm good. No, when they said that, both you and I texted each other almost instantly.
Mm-hmm.
And we've been hinting at Cody and Paul Heyman getting together for ever since, I don't know how many times it was that Paul mentioned his relation to Cody's family.
Yep.
Even before Cody was born, and I find it interesting. I definitely think that there's a road there.
Do you think there's... So you think Paul Heyman's out of Bloodline then? Because I know that's where you were leaning like a couple episodes ago, 5 or 6.
I think that he's still writing the Bloodline.
Well, yeah. Okay.
I think that's how he's always got his finger on the pulse. I think he's the one writing the Bloodline story.
Maybe.
He sits you've seen him sit at the table at those meetings.
Yeah.
And you don't ever hear them talk Bloodline. Why? Because Paul's writing Bloodline. You go back and watch any of those episodes, they don't ever talk Bloodline.
No, they don't.
It's Paul Heyman talking. He's writing it.
Okay. Maybe.
Oh,
you might.
I was there when he was on the phone.
So, let's tie into Randy is still involved in this.
He sure is.
Oh, yeah. He gets in Punk's face and says, as soon as I'm done with Cody, I'm coming for number 15 still.
Yes, he did.
Is he going to beat Cody?
Is Randy going to beat Cody?
Yeah.
Yes.
I love that.
I think so. I think that you're going to see... I made a small prediction on this show that Cody was going to go on kind of the losing streak you want Lyra to go on, where he was going to fall down the ladder.
Yeah.
And I think that it will change Cody Rhodes.
Do you think so? You think Randy wins that and then goes for Punk?
Yes. I don't think he beats Punk.
Is Randy... No? You don't think he's ever going to get 15?
Part of me starting to think that Punk's going to hold that thing longer than we expected.
You don't think Randy ever win 15?
No.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I don't think so.
You don't gotta be sorry.
I don't think so. I mean, the guy is...
Man, they've built it up so much, though, for him to win 15.
I just can't see him doing it. Maybe. I mean, the problem is you always write the story backwards. So even if he does beat Punk,
yep.
What story makes sense for him to lose the belt? Back to Cody? That don't work for me. I had a crazy thought the other day. Where all of us are sitting here booking Roman and Oba and Roman and Braun. How do we know after last year's Mania that we're not getting Roman Punk too? Because it was so good.
It was so good.
I mean...
It was...
And we did Roman Cody. We did Roman and Cody too. At back-to-back Manias.
Yeah.
The show repeats itself. Tune in. Tune in.
So...
SmackDown next week.
Well, no. We got more.
We do?
We do.
Tell me.
We've got KO backstage. And then Finn and Gunther. That whole...
I love that. Those two...
The way that Gunther's playing off that Finn doesn't even exist, I think is phenomenal.
That is my favorite non-title feud going on.
That's going to happen. That's going to be so good.
It's going to be good.
No, when he came back and was like, yeah, Finn Balor, I don't know where he is right now, and he's standing right there. Gunther's a great heel.
He is. He's so good, dude. I love that. I love that whole thing. I'm glad that you brought that up because I completely forgot about that.
Yes. We also had the championship match. If you want to get into that. Punk and KO.
I'll let you take it.
All right.
You're the Sammy guy. You're the KO guy.
Whoa. Yeah, I am. I do love both. So, we were in... let's rewind. Gunther and Finn's just going to happen at the next pay-per-view. That's not going to be Sunday Night Main Event. We're almost full there. You think that's going to build until...
Is that a number one contender?
Yes. That's where I'm at.
You know, it's kind of funny.
Sami Zayn's not involved.
Oh, I think it's going to be funny when he earns his way into that.
Okay.
Because they stuck KO in his match,
Now
and he's going to get stuck in their match somehow.
So,
the fall of Sami.
Sami Zayn gets involved. Mm-hmm. He had Punk and KO when they were booing Punk, and he just yelled out to the crowd, "Why are you booing? You haven't won anything since 1967." Oh my god! I wish the crowd could hear that. It was so good. That match was great. The match was great. The kickouts at 2.9, the Punk kickout.
Dude, that kickout was so late. So late.
He hits him with a stunner. They are going back and forth. The match is phenomenal. Sami comes out, runs Punk into the post. It's like, heck yeah, KO's going to win this thing. Then hits him with a stunner. He kicks out. Sami gives him the belt. Mm-hmm. He refuses to use it, and then Sami hits KO with the belt. Where are we at?
We kind of called it, right?
Yeah, but
last week?
Yes.
We said that you and I sat here, and I said to you, whether Sami Zayn helps KO, mm-hmm. and he's the hero of Canada,
yep.
or we are heading into a Sami KO part 67, and you said to me, nobody's upset about that either. And here we are. Here we are. So I think it's great. Like I said before, though, I don't think this pulls either out of that title picture.
Well, Sami, I think, is going to be... This is probably the worst analogy of all time.
I'm ready.
He's that bug floating on top of your pool that you cannot get rid of. Like, he's there. You clean your pool 100 times, that bug's still there. Sami Zayn is still here. You were not expecting that. Sami Zayn is not going away. It's this fall of Sami. Get me a shirt. Justice for Sami.
Oh my god.
Sorry, that's not what you were expecting at all.
I absolutely love that.
He's going to be a pain in their butt for the next... till Mania. I'm starting to think it's going to go to Mania.
I love it.
And he's not wrong. We need justice for Sami.
You know,
this podcast believes in justice for Sami.
As much as he whines and complains, he always has a good, valid point.
Well, that's what I love what they're doing with this story. It's like they make him a whiner. They make him complain. But it's also like, well, he's not wrong. He didn't get his free match. His number one contender match got interrupted by two guys. There's always something. But I do believe Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn is happening next. I would assume. How perfect was that ending, though? I didn't see it coming.
It was a masterpiece.
Did you see that coming? Like, maybe a little once he was involved, but
not. I didn't think it'd go down like that.
It was so good.
It was so good. I agree. I have nothing for you. That was as good as I hoped it was going to be.
Yes, God, you told me. You said Sami might have lost in 9 days. He's not going anywhere. Dude, Sami Zayn is a top 5 most important wrestler in WWE right now.
He is. He takes up more TV time than he's on the same level as the Bloodline. He has 3-4 segments backstage. He's appearing in matches. He's appearing in 2 matches. He has as much time as anybody.
And he's
Sami Zayn.
He's so good. I'm getting nervous, though. These guys are starting to make me nervous. They're getting these hard pushes. It makes me think it's going to be the last hard push before we're done. How old's Sami? 40s?
I have no idea how old Sami Zayn is. I mean, he's been wrestling forever.
Right.
Let me take a look for you.
He's got to be 40 at minimum. I'd say 45.
He's 42.
Oh. He's got 27 more years in him.
I'm going to look something up.
Yep.
And
I do think Sami Zayn's going to be in a very important match at the Royal Rumble. It's almost feeling like he's going to be in the title match at Royal Rumble where he loses.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, he's not going to win the match to go to Mania, but he might lose.
Oh, there's no odds for it. Darn. I really wanted to get odds on Baron Corbin and
Yachty.
Yachty.
We might get him next week.
I was kind of curious as to where that fell. So to finish up the show, I will let you go first, so I don't steal any of your matches.
Oh boy. Okay. So we talked about it last week.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going on the opposite side of the spectrum this week.
Oh, I like this already.
No, you don't. You're not going to like it.
Great.
I told you I was going to bring it up this week.
Mm-hmm.
It is DX versus Brothers of Destruction. Listen, if you are trying to become a fan of wrestling, do not watch this match. But I just want to put out there, so it's not close to Royal Rumble season, but every Royal Rumble, there's a lot of people who are always like, "Oh, let's bring back anybody. Let's go bring back Austin, Rock, whoever." Those guys can probably still go. They're in phenomenal shape, but like they just want to bring back all these old times. You go watch that match in Saudi Arabia. Sometimes bringing back these guys is not always the answer. This is my push for new talent. They've been pushing new talent like crazy for the last 4 months, I'd say.
Yeah.
It's a good idea. If you want to see why sometimes newer is better, go watch that.
I'm going to take two things from that.
Okay.
It's important to say that it's not always good to bring these guys back because we're heading into a Saudi Mania. That's the first thing.
Yes.
And the second thing is you told me the other day that wrestling is so damn good right now. And it hasn't always been so damn good. And it's because we have the same people growing weekly. We're not like, hey, let's see what Tatanka's doing. No.
But no,
you're right.
That Saudi match is possibly one of the top 5 worst matches I've ever watched. I watched it with you in your living room at what, 8 a.m.?
5. That's when they did the, remember how early they used to do those?
Yes, it started. That was the main event.
That was so early. I don't remember.
I drove here straight from work.
You know what we should do? We should go back and watch that card.
No.
Come on.
I just told you not to.
No, the card. To see what it was. Is that the one where Goldberg beat The Fiend?
That's... All right. What's your match? Let's move on before I get depressed.
My match is the most important match.
Okay. Of all time?
Of this podcast.
Okay.
Not to throw your match under the bus.
My match is not. My match stinks if we're going to be real.
Okay. So, we talked about how good Rey Mysterio looked this week.
Yep.
And it was the match that he put on Raw was incredible. Mm-hmm. And I start to look at, while we're doing this, I start to look at where Dom is.
Yep.
And I start to look at where Rey is. And it got me thinking. I know we've said it several times, but Dom is going to retire Rey.
100%?
100%. There's zero doubt in my mind that Dom doesn't beat Rey in a you have to retire match or his retirement match. With that being said, I think it's important that you go back and you watch WrestleMania 39, Rey Mysterio versus Dominic Mysterio, because Rey gets the win.
Yep.
I think that's the beginning chapter of Dom's career, and Dom will be the ending chapter of Rey's career.
All right, so your match is WrestleMania 39.
WrestleMania 39, Rey Mysterio versus
Dominic
Mysterio. Awesome entrances.
Yes.
Dom comes out in the prison van.
Yes, he does.
And
prison. Oh, that was such a good play.
It was. And then Rey comes out with Snoop Dogg in the lowrider.
Yes, he does. You like Snoop Dogg. You're a big Snoop guy.
I'm a big Snoop Dogg guy, you know? And I think that match, at the time, we were like, it's like another Mania match. But I think it holds way more weight where we're at right now. And I think it's going to hold a whole bunch more weight when Dom retires right at Mania. Or I think it's going to be at Mania. I think they're going to do the same thing.
All right. Love it. Any crazy predictions for this week?
Oh, God, I just gave you 8 months of product for Raw.
You did. All right. Next week we'll give our Sunday Night Main Event predictions.
2 things I'm looking forward to most. Mm-hmm. Finding out who wins the Lucha tournament. Mm-hmm. And also finding out who else Nakamura has.
Okay. My number 1 is to figure out where we go with the Bloodline and Solo.
And we get to find that out tomorrow night at 6 p.m. on the East Coast.
Thank you, everybody. Sean, especially, because I'm a stud.
Yes. Thank you so much. Like, subscribe, go over to our YouTube channel. We appreciate it.
Like everything, please.
Yes.
And if you don't like us, well,
Go. Go home on WWE Radio, right?
Boom goes the dynamite.